Hey everybody, this is Craig from 9 Volt Games. And today I'm going to do a review for the Dark Pictures Anthology. Man of Medan. Man of Medan. So I streamed it last week. For some reason I thought it was going to be longer. It took me 3 hours and I beat this game in its entirety. Now, granted, when this game came out, I think I bought it because I thought I was getting $20 off, but the game actually released at $40. I did not know that they had 8 of these planned. Granted, I apparently didn't pay. I've always called this Man of Medan. I didn't know it was just the Dark Pictures Anthology, and then this was this chapter, because the next chapter comes out on Halloween. That's called Little Hope. And I'm actually really excited for that game. This game wasn't terrible, but it wasn't like stellar. This was one of the most okay games that I played on this generation. There's multiple ways that you can play the game. I'll never find out because I'll never go back and play it, nor will I look up any other endings online. I got a middle of the road ending. Not everybody died, but not everybody lived. Um, but this is one of those games that I streamed, and then after I streamed it, I realized probably should have played it off stream first, and then I went into a stream because it's all story driven, and then you make choices. It's when I think of something that's story driven where you do bare minimum, I think of a game like Shenmue, right? Shenmue kind of set the standard for that. This game is not as involved in Shenmue as Shenmue. Obviously, it's made by the same people who made Until Dawn. So if you played Until Dawn, you know exactly what you're signing up for this. The problem with this is Until Dawn came out way before. This game came out last year, and Until Dawn is infinitely better. Now, granted, this is part of an anthology. They come out at $40, so I guess you shouldn't expect much. I expected this game to be much longer. I thought this was going to be a 2-sitting game, and like I said, I completed it in one, but it didn't drive me enough to be like, all right, guys, let's do another playthrough and see what I can do different. Whereas Until Dawn, I've started that game over I've started it over twice after my first playthrough. So it's not like, I don't know, the replayability is there, but I just had no interest. They have famous people in these games too, so I mean, like, it's heavily reliant on the acting. I didn't see anything wrong with the acting. Um, I thought the graphics for the game actually, like, I won't take points off for graphics because graphics don't necessarily make a good game. But when your game is surrounded, like the whole thing that draw you in is the environment, the atmosphere, and then it's narrative driven, so you need the good acting and stuff. Um, the graphics kind of help to bring it a long way. There are points where I said this game is gorgeous. The character models were weird. You know what I mean? Like, I think his name's Sean Ashcroft is the person they use in the. He's not like the main character, at least not the person that I would consider the main character. It's split between, I believe, 5 people that you get to make the choices for, and their relationships with each other, it depends on how you talk. And like when I saw this guy, he's the guy on the cover. When I saw this guy's face, I was like, I know who he is. Like, I don't remember, I can't say anything off the top of my head that he's acted in, but the graphics were done well enough. When I saw this guy's face, I was like, I know him from somewhere. But I feel like they put a lot of emphasis on that character, and then some of the other characters, they looked good, and then certain points they didn't. The monsters in the game looked phenomenal, but then other character models, like, I don't know if it's the whole uncanny valley thing, where something tries to look so realistic, but you look at it and you know that it's not real, and it kind of disturbs you, it bothers you, and like you'll pick out flaws in it just to prove that it's wrong. Your brain does that automatically. So that might have been it. The backgrounds and stuff look great, so it's kind of a toss up. I think the one thing that brought it down for me is that there was a lot of stuttering. And in a game that's essentially an interactive movie, stuttering is really not excusable. Um, it, cat, you got to get down. So it didn't ruin the game for me, but it definitely took me out of the atmosphere. And I think if I was playing it by myself, because I tried to play this once before and I was like, I don't want to fucking play this. And that's probably what happened. It probably stuttered while I was playing this by myself without a stream. And I was like, fuck this. Like, I can't get involved in it. But, playing it to an audience of the stream, like, it kept me going because I wanted to beat the game. The story was interesting if you paid attention to it. I looked into the backstory of some of the ghosts or the monsters in this ahead of time, so I had a little more backstory than what they gave you because you can. This cat's driving me nuts. You're not allowed on the table. I love you to death, but you're driving me crazy. He's not used to me being gone from the house. I was gone for 8 hours today, so he's driving me nuts. I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, you can read like backstory on these. You can look at things in the background. You can kind of piece together where the ghosts come from. But I ended up doing that research before I did the stream, just so I could know what to expect for each section, because it's hard for me to stream and pay attention at the same time. But this one I had pretty nailed down. There are some choices that I just made on the fly without reading. It probably resulted in the death of a character. But like I said, even if I played this off stream, I probably wouldn't have played it again. It didn't grab me. The new one, Little Hope, looks really promising. Looks hopeful. It looks a little hopeful. And seems like something I'd be more interested in. I don't really care about nautical ghosts. This was a ghost ship story. The next one's not a ghost ship story. So I'm thinking that maybe if it's something that actually piques my interest, I will be more excited about it. But like I said, it's not a bad game. It's not terrible. And if you can look past the stuttering flaws, because they're prevalent throughout the game, if you can stick with it, it's a pretty awesome experience, but it's very short, very, very short. It's the length that you would expect from a narrative-driven, get off the table, get down. What are you doing? I eat here. I don't want you up there. I'm not re-recording this, but yeah. So it's a good, decent game. I personally, at this point, would not spend more than $20 on this game. Hopefully, Little Hope, I gotta stop saying hope, is a little bit longer to justify the $40. I'm excited to see reviews. I'm excited to see if they made any fixes to this. And yeah, that's about it. If you guys liked Until Dawn and you can find this for $20, you're gonna enjoy the experience. It's just you probably won't have the urge. Fucking cat. You won't have the urge to go back and play it again. But thank you guys for watching. I will be reviewing Resident Evil. Don't swat stuff off the table. Hey. This cat's fresh. All right, well, thank you guys for watching. I hope everyone has a splendid weekend.